The Democrats know that if they try to sell socialism directly to us, if they say, hi, I'm whatever, John Smith, and I'm running for president of the United States and I'm a socialist, a lot of people are going to be like, buzz off. So what do? They tell us it's about climate. Meanwhile, you unpack it, you unpeel the layers of that onion, and what do you find in there? Just straight up socialism. How did the Democrats trick so many people to get to this point? Well, we look at what they do. We go back 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and we look for their strategy. What did they start doing? Probably before you and I were even born. What did they start doing in the 1970s? They started talking about climate change. And they didn't talk about it scientifically. They talked about it emotionally. They told us that this was something that was going to destroy our lives as we know it. They told us the polar bears were going to die. They told us the ice caps were melting. They started using language and rhetoric that stokes fear. So we feel this fear, especially as young women. We feel preemptive protection for our families, our children, our future children, our grandchildren. We want them to be able to grow up, in a yard with grass and go sledding in the winter like we did when we were children. We don't want them to live in some destroyed version of our earth where snow has melted and deserts have burned out and the climate is completely ruined. So they plant the seed of fear. And then they create urgency. They say, if we don't do something soon, we're going to get past the point of no return. So that plants in our mind not only the seed of fear, but that impetus that we need to take action. And they do this and they repeat this over and over. So that's what the left did. They planted that seed of fear. They created that urgency, that impetus of, what do we do? How do we save this? And then they repeated it until it became normalized to us. And then they told us, well, the free market, the private sector, they've had their opportunity to fix this. We've already given them their chance. They failed. They couldn't do it. So the only people that can solve this problem, they tell us, is us, government bureaucrats. So what have they done? Fear, urgency. They've said the private sector can't fix this. We can fix this. We're the only ones that can fix this. And then they bring it to a head. They tell us, well, this isn't something that's going to happen in the, indefinite future. This is something that if we don't do in 12 years, you guys have heard that line, right? 12 years, 2030, and we're all dead. They cite the United Nations, very, very nonpartisan group. Those people, you can really count on them for science. They cite the United Nations and say 12 years and we're dead if we don't do something radical. They use the word radical. And then once they've prepped us, once they've planted the fear and stoked the urgency, once they've told us the private sector can't fix it and that government's the only way that we can solve this problem or we're going to die in 12 years, then, only then, did they give us the Green New Deal. And so what do people feel when they see this? Do they look inside of it and do they think about it critically? Or do they think, finally, we're going to be saved from this. Our lives are going to be put back to normal and we're going to be the generation that solved this moral crisis. And people don't look at it. That is how you unpack the Democrats' ulterior motive. You look at what they did, whether it's short game or whether it's long game, and you unpack it to look at what they're actually trying to do. The Democrats know that if they try to sell socialism directly to us, if they say, hi, I'm whatever, John Smith, and I'm running for president of the United States and I'm a socialist, a lot of people are going to be like, buzz off. So what do? They tell us it's about climate. Meanwhile, you unpack it, you unpeel the layers of that onion, and what do you find in there? Just straight up socialism. You find government-run healthcare at a universal basic income, guaranteed jobs, free college, redistribution of wealth to the point that it's immoral and egregious to have billionaires that even exist in our nation anymore. It is just socialism.